All right, man. The Lakers popped the Denver Nuggets. Let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. This is the last NBA game I'm covering this year until like the draft or stuff of that nature. But let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Terrible, horrible performance by the NBA refs. The refs have been the star of the bubble. Last night, I believe they shot 25 free throws to Lakers in the second quarter, and that killed the flow of the game. Jamal Murray was in foul trouble. Jokic was in foul trouble. Paul Millsap was in foul trouble. And pretty much they called it for LeBron. You know what I'm saying? LeBron complains after the game about not winning Defensive Player of the Year and only got 16 first place votes, this, that, and the third. And I'm just looking at it like, dude, you don't lead the team in no category other than assists and steals. And you crying about the MVP, it should be Anthony Davis. You know what I'm saying? It's a known fact that you couldn't get the Lakers to the playoffs last year, without Anthony Davis. All right, so y'all know what it was, man. I'm done with the NBA this year. The bubble started off pretty good. It was high scoring, but once again, this is just a watered down version of today's NBA game. That's not good. Now you could say a watered down version of the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s, but a watered down version of today. It's a rec league where obviously the league has an agenda for the Lakers to win it, and I'm done. They're not gonna make this year. They're not gonna make another cent off me off of viewership. I'm not fucking with it no more this year, man. It's just terrible. It's terrible how they called a lot of games. You know how Luka got mad calls and Kawhi got mad calls and this, that, and the third. And LeBron has the balls to come out here and say he the MVP after scoring just 15 points in this game. Anthony Davis dropped a 40 ball, 37 to be exact. And they couldn't even handle him. And we know he going to be a tough matchup because he going to get all the calls. He fall on the floor. And like I said today, man, the NBA should be ashamed of the product they putting on the floor as far as the refereeing. They not letting the boys be boys no more. They not letting the men play. They not letting them have physical play. And now they calling every ticky-tack foul. So we know what the agenda is with Adam Silver. It didn't change from David Stern, whoever is before David Stearns. It don't change. Everything is about ratings. Everything is about, getting LeBron a championship and so the TV rates can go up. I never thought today that I would fall out of love with basketball because I don't really watch college basketball no more outside of Michigan and maybe Michigan State. I used to watch Kentucky and Memphis when Calipari was in Memphis, but I don't even watch college basketball outside of that no more. So, basketball was my first love. So I'm a historian in basketball. I might not be the most knowledgeable historian, but I'm a historian and I know all about the game. And this ain't it. Even if the Lakers won fair and square last night and they manned up and they called the game the way it was supposed to be called, I wouldn't have got mad. But it's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? They want to force feed LeBron, and I ain't gonna act like that and force feed Michael Jordan. They did. They shoved Michael Jordan down our throat. They was mad because the Pistons, had blocked Jordan plans to be there, and then they fixed it for Jordan to get there as well too. They took out the flagrants. They took Rick Mahorn off the Pistons. You can go on and on things that they've done. So, like I said before, the NBA trying to fish for ratings. You know what I'm saying? And the last time they didn't fish for ratings was really when Magic and Bird, started to compete at one of the highest levels. And then they found out that sells when you have a Lakers and Boston rivalry or people seeing Larry and Magic go at it in the finals in the in NCAA Final Four for the championship. And they was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? That's what we need to sell. And, before Magic and Bird, even with Kareem, Wilt, and Bill Russell, the NBA championship was on tape delay. Larry and Magic took it to, the television. They took it commercial. So that's the difference. So they still trying to find that they still trying to follow that formula to force feed the fans. And basketball has lost as many fans as any sport not named hockey in America. They lost a tremendous amount of fans because it's not basketball no more. They lost their hardcore fan base of older people because, the ticky-tack fouls, the constant carrying and traveling, and they worried about losing that money from China. They lost a ton of support in America. They fan base is legitimately the youth. But we know the youth don't spend money. Who spends money is the ones that's 21, 18 and above. That's who spend the money. But then again, we know what it was. This was the LeBron Invitational. You know, and people praise LeBron for being an activist. He ain't no different from Kanye. He ain't no different from what y'all think Nick Cannon is. You know, when the chips was on the floor to go out there and fight for social justice, and Kyrie was pushing for it, people said, well, Kyrie was going to play it for it. Kyrie wasn't going to play with that shoulder injury. You know, and then y'all listen to what Kendrick Perkins say. Y'all listen to LeBron's, you know, dick puller. All right? He spoke up, and then he put his money where his mouth is and paid the WNBA women. You know, then somebody gets shot again, and LeBron and the Clippers walk out like they was going to leave that money on the floor. What y'all got to understand, money is the main motivator. Money is the root of all evil. You can't be commercial. You can't be radical at the same time. LeBron chose his side, so we can't put LeBron in the Muhammad Ali in the Muhammad Ali bracket. He can never do that. Muhammad Ali lost money to stand on the principle. If that was LeBron James, he would have went to Vietnam and fought and came back and hooped. That's just the type of nigga he is. He ain't no activist dude. He ain't no power to the people. Power to the people when they boycotted for 24 hours. They no different from the NFL players, but y'all not ready for that conversation. If you can't boycott for 24 hours, you feel me? You know, you might as well don't boycott at all, just like the NBA players and the NFL players. But people not ready for that conversation. All right, people say, oh, NFL, I'm boycotting. Why you ain't boycott the NBA? You know what I'm saying? Y'all got mad at them for not supporting Kaepernick. But then again, in the NBA never kneeled. They never supported Kaepernick. Not until several more innocent black people got killed. So where's the difference? You know what I'm saying? You still wearing a Gucci bag. You still wearing Prada. You still shopping at H&M. And you still supporting the NBA. Well, at least they gave it. At least they try. Ain't no try. It's do or do not, what Yoda would say. So at the end of the day, why y'all still supporting them? Why they kneeling 4 years later after Kaepernick kneel? Why they didn't kneel and support Kaepernick? Huh? Why they didn't leave the bubble when that man got killed? Because you know what? All they care about is their own pockets, just like me and you. But other than that, we know what it was. Caldwell Pope came out. They had the confidence. Those guys was able to get in rhythm yesterday. They had a lot of free throws. They had the referees on their side. They made sure they got Jokic and Murray and Paul Millsap in trouble. And that is what it is. The NBA has their own agenda. I'm not surprised one bit. Like I said, I'm pulling my support from the NBA in this playoffs. Man, I'm good. I'm glad football back on. Michigan football about to come back on. College football on tonight. Miami and Louisville. I'm straight. I can give a fuck about the Heat, the Celtics. I came in with this open mind about the bubble. I was against the bubble, and I was right. The bubble was bullshit. It's LeBron Invitational. You just get tired of them trying to just push a motherfucker on you. Let LeBron be great. You don't got to tell us how great he is. Let us see it. Let him earn it. He ain't ever had to earn nothing. And people try to compare him to Kareem and Hakeem and Wilt and Jordan. This bitch left Cleveland to get a title. Why nobody talk about why he couldn't get it done in Cleveland? The Chicago Bulls organization was just as bad as Cleveland was. And Jordan stuck it out. Why couldn't LeBron? LeBron said, I went to Miami to learn how to win from Dwayne Wade. Nobody batted an eye. Nobody batted an eye. And then ain't no telling what type of shit they sticking in this nigga ass. And, you know, like I said before, the league can have it. Only thing I'm going to support now is the draft, Piston basketball. And when the next league start up, I'll think about it. But like I said before, man, the league is rigged. They rigged. People, football is rigged. Football is nowhere near as rigged. And I ain't saying it ain't rigged as the NBA. That's a fact. The NBA, they don't care. Scott Foster, they made sure they got Jokic out the game. Jokic was killing it early on. They made sure they got him out the way. They made sure they got Murray in foul trouble. So we know what it is. Like Kevin Garnett said when they let the Miami Heat beat them. You know, he said, you know, they wasn't in our plans. We weren't in their plans. They wanted Miami to win. And that's how it is, man. The NBA been handing championships out ever since Michael Jordan, man. And it ain't no difference, dude. They gonna keep handing them out. That's what they gonna keep doing, man. So it is what it is. I'm done with the series. I already knew they was gonna be on some whole shit. They ain't gonna let them play. Let me know what you guys think. I'm on to the next one. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, our Facebook group. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, PayPal, inscription. Best way to donate. Share the video. Appreciate the love, support. Check out the NBA Talk playlist. Even though I'm only gonna be talking draft at this point. And yeah, man. Y'all choose to watch. I ain't knocking you. I just ain't watching this shit no more. We gone.